but cool. Lower 60s. Right now it's in the 50s, as I mentioned. East breeze at 5 miles per hour. We'll have a weak front move in our direction. The stream of moisture is going to stay mostly to the north of us, but the clouds, yeah, we won't prevent much of that as we go into our Sunday. We may have some moments in the morning there, as you can see that break, but then I expect clouds rolling on in as we go through the day, especially for the second part of the afternoon. I have a little bit of rain in the forecast. I'll let you know where coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Well, coming up, 2 teens killed in a crash. Find out what charges this man is now facing. And stuck overnight under a freight train, how a man was found and rescued. A man is facing charges after a 2-vehicle collision in Lynn County that killed 2 teens and left another hospitalized. It happened on Highway 228 just east of Brownsville. 19-year-old Caleb Simonis of Sweet Home and a 16-year-old female were killed in the crash. A 15-year-old female suffered serious injuries. Police say Austin Hillsman was driving under the influence when his pickup crossed into the other lane and hit the other car. Hillsman is being charged with negligent homicide, DUII, and reckless driving. A 2-vehicle crash involving a police car has shut down roads around the area of Southeast 112th and Flayville. Police say the patrol vehicle and another car collided at that intersection, causing the patrol car to actually flip several times and land on its roof. Now, the officer was treated for minor injuries and released. The other driver was taken to urgent care by another officer. That intersection was closed down for nearly a block in every direction for a while this afternoon. Clackamas County Search and Rescue saved a climber lost on Mount Hood. Nicholas Larson of Sun River had summited Mount Hood, but got lost in whiteout conditions on the way down. He was able to reach 911 on his cell phone, but said his battery was extremely low. Rescue crews found him at 2 in the morning at about 6,200 feet. Larson had been suffering from hypothermia. Crews were able to get him off the mountain and to an area hospital, and right now we're working to learn the extent of his injuries from that ordeal. Fire crews in Clackamas County rescued a man who was trapped under a load of lumber aboard a freight train. The rescue team needed a rope system and an aerial ladder in order to get him out safely. The man said he got on that train in Eugene and had been trapped on the train overnight before a train worker hurt him. Crews rushed that man to the hospital, and we're working to learn more about his injuries. Firefighters in Portland put out a fire in a basement that investigators believe was related to butane hash oil. This happened on Southeast 12th near Spruce. Investigators do not consider this fire to be suspicious. Everyone in the home was able to escape. No injuries reported from those in the home or from the firefighters. Brazil. It continues to be the hardest hit nation in Latin America from the coronavirus. The country has the third most number in the world after the United States and Russia. Brazil saw just under 1,200 deaths from the virus in just a single day. That is a record high for the country. All total, Brazil has recorded over 21,000 deaths, which is the most of any Latin American country. Now, South American neighbor Peru is feared to be the latest hotspot for the COVID-19 virus. Many residents have fled from the crowded cities to escape mandatory lockdowns. However, healthcare experts fear the mass migration is causing that virus to spread even faster, especially to more rural areas of the country where healthcare is limited at best. Peru has recorded the second most number of cases in Latin America after Brazil. Well, we have seen some improvement in the weather today over the last week or so when you just had to go outside and kind of wait for the thunderstorms to stop to get a break.
And some of those thunderstorms brought in some heavy rain,
Yeah.
some wind, and some colder air. So, yeah, we at least took a break from the rain. We've had some good soaking so far this month. May's done a really good job bringing in that moisture, but it doesn't look like it's going to continue as we go through this week. In fact, I do not have really much rain in the forecast at all. If we do see anything, it's going to be very light. Memorial Day looks like it's going to stay kind of cloudy. We may have a chance for some very light rain on Monday. And then we have warmer days with some sunshine by the time we get to about Wednesday. And I think we'll see lower to mid 80s for a good chunk of the upcoming week. For your Sunday, we'll probably start off with some clouds, maybe a nice sunshine mix there. Temperatures warming up to about 70 degrees tomorrow, which is spot on for our average. That is right where we should be right now in this time of the month. And as we go into the overnight hours, this system off towards the northwest is going to continue to move those clouds on and shuttling them right in our direction. But really not much moisture as far as precipitation, falling rain, anything like that. We may get some very light rain for areas along the Oregon coast for tomorrow, especially Astoria down to the southwest, but not much moving inland. Today, temperatures, in the lower 60s. We've been up and down for the last week and a half or so. Normal high, as I mentioned, is now 70. Prior to the 12th here, we had those 87-degree days. So we've had some brief moments where it's felt like summer, and we're going to get another round of that as we go through the week. 70 tomorrow, 68 on Monday. Then there's the warmer weather. Starts warming up a bit on Tuesday. We'll have to see what happens later in the week because models have been kind of back and forth, but I have our warmest day so far probably on Friday, cooling down by Saturday. Show you on the weather pattern here. Here comes that warmer air from that southwest, this bubble right here. Some locations in California will probably see upper 90s, maybe some triple digits in some of those locations and down towards Arizona. And then finally, we'll start seeing some cool air probably by the time we get into Saturday. FutureCast keeping us dry overnight. There's the clouds for the morning, really no rain for tomorrow. By Monday, we'll probably start off dry, but we may have a couple of showers trying to work into the valley there, so you can see by about 5 p.m. or so. I think if we see any rain, it will likely be areas of the southwest section of Washington. Then notice some rain up towards the eastern section of Washington as well. By Tuesday, it pretty much dries up. We'll see some sunshine. Then from that point on, it looks like we're going to be dry and nice and warm. Pretty crispy out there. Temperatures likely warming up again to the 80s. Your Memorial Day forecast, I have us in the lower 70s to the upper 60s depending on where you're at, and the wind does look to be pretty gentle out there with some cloud coverage, and as I mentioned, maybe some very light rain. I have us at 68 though here in Portland. Tuesday, 75 degrees, and as I mentioned, it does warm on up. We'll watch towards the latter section of the week. 82 on Thursday, 84 on Friday, and then it looks like we cool down by Saturday with a front and maybe some light rain.
Oh man, no more excuse to not mow the lawn.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I've been using that one. All right, thank you.